Good evening, afternoon or morning. Movie Cat is at the microphone, and today I want to tell you about my favorite Christmas comedy and heartbreaking drama in the same time. Bad Santa.
You need many years of therapy.
Willie drinks at the bar to drown out the inner voice, which says he's a jerk. Once he was in the army, went through the war and lost a kidney. When he was a child, his family did not celebrate Christmas because Willie's father considered the daily distribution of cups to be gifts. In the same time, his father taught Willie how to crack safes. Willie is dressed like Santa Claus, but he doesn't really like children. Every year, 30 days before Christmas, he works part-time at the mall to get enough money for himself to drink. His companion and colleague Marcus is a dark-skinned dwarf who portrays an elf. Meantime, their main income is not a salary, but a robbery. On Christmas, at the end of the day when the cash registers are full of cash, Marcus hides in any small place in the shopping center. Today, for example, in a snowman figurine. After closing, Marcus turns off the alarm and opens the back door for Willie. And he, being a professional safe-cracker, goes to chop the safe. Willie has been drinking a lot in recent years, and he is also drunk today, so he takes a long time to open the safe. During this time, Marcus manages to collect the best branded items for his wife throughout the mall. The safe is opened, the jackpot is broken, so it's time for a drink. In the bar, partners celebrate a successfully closed case and make plans for the next year. Willie is determined to stop drinking. He wants to move to a warmer state like Florida and buy a small beach bar there with the money he earned. This would allow him not to rope again next year. Marcus does not believe that his partner will succeed in all this, especially to stop drinking. The bartender offers the guys one more drink, but Willie refuses, saying he's had enough. Nearly a year later, in early December, Willie in a Hawaiian shirt, slicing a lime at the bar. Suddenly, a real bartender comes running and kicks out Willie, who came here just to steal drinks. Willie runs off down the beach, stopping for a couple of minutes to gawk at the girls' volleyball players and lick his lips. Then he leaves to get drunk again. The next day, waking up with a hangover in a cheap motel, Willie falls into a tantrum because of self-hatred. He screams that he is very tired of everything. Calmed down, he goes to the parking lot of an expensive hotel and steals a luxury convertible from there. In the glove compartment, he finds the car documents where the address of the owner is indicated. Willie arrives at a rich mansion and, absolutely not hiding, as if asking to be caught, goes inside. The house turns out to be empty, and Willie, out of boredom, first breaks a few things there and then finds and cracks the safe. In the evening, with this money, he brings home a prostitute. Later, he receives a message from Marcus on his answering machine. The time has come. It's time to take the tools, go to a small provincial town in a neighboring state, and wear a Santa suit. The first working day begins. There's a line of kids waiting to see Santa, and Marcus finds Willie completely drunk in the dressing room. Marcus is angry at such unprofessionalism and somehow brings Willie to his senses. Children sit on Santa's knee and say what they want to receive as a gift. One of the children wants a pink elephant. He takes off Willie's beard and, unlike the others, asks many questions. Is Santa in front of him real? How is it at the North Pole? And what is Mrs. Santa doing now? Willie shoos the annoying kid away, and the kid sits down to wait outside the mall door. After work, Willie goes to the bar. There, for some reason, some Latin American is staring at him intently. Willie scolds him and orders a drink. The pretty barmaid, named Sue, meets him and asks what is Santa doing here. Willie answers that he came to eat, drink and have some sex. The barmaid asks to prove the last point. After having sex in the car, Sue says that she always wanted to fuck Santa, perhaps because her father was Jewish and the family didn't celebrate Christmas. Sue likes this Santa. She playfully asks Willie not to throw away the costume. Then she says goodbye and leaves. Suddenly, Willie is attacked by that Latino from the bar. It seems because he also has some kind of erotic impulses for the Santas. In the next second, the boy who asked a lot of questions runs out from around the corner and drives the pervert away. Willie is surprised that the child is still here in the middle of the night, and Willie decides to give him a ride. Along the way, the boy asks questions again. Why does Santa need a car? His sleigh is broken, right? And can the deer sleep if the elves are noisily repairing the sleigh? Willie also asks in response, had the boy ever been dropped on his head? Arriving at the place, Willie learns from the boy that only his grandmother lives with him from adults, and even she is not mentally okay. The boy's father, according to him, is on a journey. He explores the mountains. Then Willie takes money and his father's BMW from the house. The boy helps him in this because Santa, after all, needs funds to repair the sleigh. The manager of the mall doesn't really like Santa alcoholic, but he is afraid of discrimination accusations, having fired a dark dwarf elf. He goes to the head of security and asks to find something on a suspicious Santa and his elf. In the evening, Willie arrives at his motel, but when he sees someone fumbling with a flashlight in his room, he decides to get out of there. Now he needs a new place to sleep. Willie suddenly has a brilliant idea, the boy, and he goes to the boy who has an empty house and absolutely no adults who could evict him from there. He tells the boy that the situation at the North Pole is bad because Mrs. Santa caught him with her own sister and kicked him out. Willie finds the bedroom, drops his clothes and goes to the bathroom. The boy, as usual, asks questions. So with whom will the deers and elves be left now? What are their names? Are they not offended that Santa calls them man, dude or hey you? Willie responds as best as he can, drinks the bottle and passes out. In the morning, the boy shows Willie his advent calendar, where each day the boy diligently tears off one square. It has part of the Christmas story written on it, and underneath it is a piece of chocolate. Marcus is furious that Willie is staying with the boy. Well, what if the boy calls his friends, or relatives will come to him, or meticulous neighbors will notice something? There is not necessary to risk drawing attention like that. Marcus also accuses his partner of being the most miserable creature on the earth, and he drinks because he cannot put up with his insignificance. Willie calls his accomplice a half of Sigmund Freud, so Marcus, offended, takes his wife by the hand and leaves. Marcus' wife goes to look for things that she will then include in the list of things to steal for her. At the same time, a security chief named Jin catches a kid with a stolen disc. Jin does not turn him into the police, but instead takes the child's own MP3 player as punishment. In the evening, Willie plays checkers with the boy. Willie all this time thought that the boy was a little mentally retarded, but when he easily wins, Willie begins to doubt. Later, Willie invites Sue, the barmaid, over to have sex with her in the hot tub. He tells her that he rents a room in this house. After she leaves, Willie drinks more from the bottle and, in the absence of another snack, tears the advent calendar and eats all the chocolate from there. In the morning, Willie wakes up from the screams of the boy who has cut his hand. Willie pours vodka on the wounded arm and goes to get some bandages. When he notices that he ruined the boy's calendar yesterday, he becomes ashamed. Willie is driving to work. He and Marcus pack the tools in a Santa's bag and go into the mall. Willie hides the bag, while Marcus examines the passages through the ventilation shafts. Meanwhile, security chief Jin checked the license plates of the car that Santa is driving and got out that the owner is the boy's father. He is in prison for fraud and does not even suspect that Santa Claus lives in their house. Upon learning this, Jin, without explaining anything to boy's father, gets up and leaves. Later, the security chief explains to the manager that he checked Santa, but there is nothing to complain about. Willie, little by little, began to become emotionally attached to the boy and in the evening even cooks a tostado for him and his grandmother. Willie also repaired the boy's advent calendar by stuffing candy canes into it and taping the story with scotch tape. The next day, the boy is going to visit Santa, but on the way his underpants are pulled on by local hooligans, and Willie says that he can't let them do such things. Later, Willie and Marcus are found by the head of security. Jin found out everything about them, how they have been robbing malls for 8 years, each time in a different city. For silence, the guard asks for half of everything that the thieves will take out on Christmas. After Jin leaves, an enraged Marcus again blames Willie for everything, calling him once again a loser. Later, in a fit of depression, Willie gets very drunk and then gets into the car, passing a hose leading to the exhaust pipe through the window. The boy arrives and again tries to question Santa, who is half unconscious. Willie, waking up, gives the boy an envelope for the police, where he confesses to all the crimes committed. Suddenly, Willie notices a black eye on the boy's face and decides that it's too early to die. He goes and beats the offender and decides to teach the boy how to defend himself. He does not know karate, so in the ring, he teaches him to beat balls. because it works. In the evening, the boy decides to give Santa a gift in advance, since he is busy at Christmas. The boy carved a wooden cucumber for Willie, and it's covered with blood because the boy cut himself making it. Willie is surprised and touched. In the morning, the boy shows his school report card, asking if he studies well enough to receive a pink elephant as a gift. Willie reads the name on the report card and smiles at the fact that the boy's name is Thurman Merman. The boy admits that in the past years he did not receive gifts, probably because he was a loser. Willie does not want Thurman to consider himself a loser and also does not want to deceive the boy anymore, and repeats several times that he is not Santa Claus. Plus, there is no Santa Claus at all. Thurman replies that he was waiting for a gift, not because Willie is Santa, but because they are friends. Meanwhile, at night, Marcus and his wife, who does not want to share the money, stops Jin on the road and kills him by cunning. Christmas is coming. In the morning, Sue comes to Willie and Thurman and they decorate the house inside and out all day, and in the evening Willie goes to rob the mall. There he meets a complicated safe, but Willie, with an effort, opens it. He then grabs a pink elephant for Thurman. Suddenly, Marcus appears behind him with a revolver, because this time he does not want to share even with his partner. But Marcus has no time to shoot because of the policemen who have come to the rescue. Willie realizes that they are here because Thurman still took that suicide letter to the police, about which Willie forgot. In doing so, Thurman saved his life. The thieves rush into the loose, Marcus and his wife run away with the money, and Willie jumps into the car to still deliver the gift to Thurman, not leaving him disappointed this year. Willie runs to the door, but on the threshold he is shot with pistols by the police. Willie survived. From the hospital, in a letter to Thurman, he apologizes that the elephant is covered with blood, in case the police took it as evidence. He sent Thurman a t-shirt. 8 bullets that hit Willie did not hit important organs, so he is on the mend. Willie will not have to sit in jail, because, firstly, that letter is considered a frank confession, and secondly, the police shot the unarmed Santa and now no charges have been brought. What's more, the police volunteered to help in every possible way, such as making Sue Thurman's legal guardian until his real father is released from prison. Marcus and his wife have been imprisoned for a long time, and Willie will soon be released from the hospital, and then he will be able to come. Having received good news, Thurman goes for a bike ride. The inscription on the t-shirt: "Shit happens when you party naked." Thank you for your attention. Press fingers up, write any comment and be sure to subscribe if you think the Thurman's t-shirt is great.